Question number 3, in relation to the management of conflict, which of the following approaches will maximize the prospect of consensus? Now, we need to know, of course, what the word consensus is, and consensus means coming into agreement, okay? So that's a very important word here, consensus. We want to reach agreement. So when you have conflict, and of course, in every company, there's conflict, and that's why in the material for business and technology, there is a chapter dealing with how to deal with conflict, okay? In relation to the management of conflict, which of the following approaches will maximize, will help us, of course, reach some sort of consensus? And here we have the options. One is called acceptance, the other one is called assertiveness, the other one is called avoidance, and the other one is called negotiation. So again, as a theoretical question, we need to know what these mean, which helps us better to deal and manage conflicts, okay? So let's go to the theory again. Consensus means reaching agreement, and we did talk about that just a moment ago. So consensus, we want to reach agreement. And one of the best ways is negotiation. When you negotiate, of course, there's two parties involved and they try to reach an agreement. That's why it's called a negotiation, is a strategic discussion that resolves an issue in a way that both parties find acceptable. So that's very important. In a negotiation, each party tries to persuade the other to agree with his or her point of view. So I think that's kind of clear. When you negotiate, there's two parties. They try to reach a decision which is close to our answer. So this one is probably very close. Avoidance means not taking part in a conflict. When you have a conflict, people say, don't make me part of this. I want to avoid this. Sorry, I don't want to know. So there's no consensus there, right? You're not reaching agreement. You're just avoiding it. That's not a good answer here. Let me go back a moment to show you. Assertiveness means speaking your mind in a confident and mild way, but this does not suggest taking the other person's point of view. So when you're assertive, if you remember from question 2 from this exam, we talked a little bit about assertive, being assertive. You do speak your mind in a confident and mild way, but this does not suggest taking the other person's point of view into consideration, while agreement may not be reached. So assertiveness is getting your point across without upsetting others. But sometimes, that may be one-sided. It doesn't mean you will actually reach consensus, which is reaching an agreement. And finally, acceptance means agreeing with one's view in a conflict, but not necessarily a view that would be beneficial. So you can say, okay, I accept. It's in a similar way with avoidance. In one way, you're avoiding the conflict. In another way, you're just saying, okay, I'll accept it, but that doesn't mean you're happy. So when two people want to reach consensus, the best thing to kind of understand is to go with the word negotiation. And that would be the answer for question number 3.